Super Bowl 47 coverage rolling along here on Radio Row, the New Orleans Convention Center. Darren McFarland here at our 102.5 The Game table. All this coverage all week long provided by Low T Center in Brentwood inside Maryland Farms and Freeland Chevy Business Elite Sales. He was a former first-round pick by the New England Patriots. I lobbied for the Titans to take him. It's very clear that they don't listen to me. I told our next guest, Chandler Jones, no surprise there. They've never listened to me. Chandler, thanks for stopping by the table.
Thank you for having me.
This is quite a treat. I mean, when you think about your family, I can only imagine what the AFC Championship game was like to have you on one hand, your team, and then Arthur, the oldest with the Ravens, now sitting here in the Super Bowl playing against each other. So what was the experience like?
It's a great experience, actually, even though it's unfortunate that we lost to them. Now, in order for them to get there, they beat us. But it was unfortunate that I actually also didn't play. I'm very happy for my brother. I'm happy for the team. I know a lot of those guys. I was actually a Ravens fan before I was drafted to the New England Patriots. So, I'm a good friends with those guys, and hopefully they do well.
Here you sit, first-round pick in the NFL. Here's your oldest brother in the Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens, and yet your brother is a UFC fighter, the light heavyweight champion of the world. How did he choose that route than not the football route?
You know what, my brother John, he was always different. He was different from all of us. He was smaller, actually. He was very skinny. That's why he got his name Bones. His fighter name is John Bones Jones, actually. And we called him Bones because when he played football, it looked like he was just bones inside of some pads. So that's how he got his name Bones. So, so he just started fighting. He got more interested in fighting, and he wrestled in college, and he was a junior college national champion out in Iowa. And then a guy had messaged him on one of the social media networks and said, hey, you want to try MMA training? My brother did it, and now he's the light heavyweight champion of the world.
So what was the reaction whenever he told you guys, told the family, told the brothers, hey, this is the path I want to take? What did you guys think? Were you fans of the sport beforehand?
Not at all. And the most dramatic response is the response from my mother, actually. She's like, what are you doing? Because he actually dropped out of school to do that. So, mother's always the most worried. So mom was like, what are you doing? What is this? What is MMA? What is that? And now that he's the light heavyweight champion of the world, she still has a hard time watching, but she's enjoying it.
Now, the three of you had an unusual upbringing. I mean, you guys had to, because of the circumstances, you had to grow up pretty fast. What was that like as a young man early on with everything with your sister and everything?
I feel like it matured us a lot. You know, my parents were working. They were all working all day, so, we had to kind of not take care of ourselves until they got home. And we also had to take care of our sister. You know, she was battling a brain cancer, brain tumor, and she was battling that, and we had to take care of her. We were almost like her nurse. You know, we had to do the things that my parents did for her when they weren't home. So it definitely matured us a lot, and I feel like it helped us, spiritually and physically and mentally.
So what was the experience like with the Patriots in your first year in the league?
It was a great experience. I learned a lot, from being in the room with guys like Vince Wilfork and Rob Ninkovich. Those guys are phenomenal athletes, and those guys are guys that are going to eventually be in the Hall of Fame when their career's done. Just being in the locker room with guys like Tom Brady and Wes Welker and Rob Gronkowski. I was just joking about in the interview, I still get a little starstruck when I walk in there and see Tom. My first day in the facility, everyone called me Rook. Hey, Rook, do this, Rook, do that. And someone tapped me on my shoulder and hey, Chandler Jones, it's a pleasure to have you on the team. I turned around and it's Tom Brady. So I was like, this is great. So it's great to be in an organization like that. And as far as Bill Belichick, it's great to play under a coach of that nature.
Yeah, what was it like going up against Tom Brady every day in practice?
It was great. He's very competitive. He's always working. He's working hard. If he doesn't complete a pass, you'll hear about it. He wants to do better. He wants to be the best player he could be. And I look up to him. I really do. Even though we're different positions, I look up to that guy, and there's the sky's the limit for him. Even though he's a veteran.
I know you played collegially up north in New York, but you were indoors. Mm-hmm. So what was it like being outdoors in Foxborough?
It wasn't that bad, because when I was at Syracuse, we practiced outside. There was times we practiced in the snow. We had winter workouts outside. It was part of our discipline/conditioning winter workout. So. The weather is not too bad for me. I go out and practice sleeveless. I enjoy it.
Chandler Jones here at our table. So what was probably your biggest adjustment, you think, moving into year two that you'll have to work on this offseason?
Well, first, my biggest adjustment going into year one was my time management, to be honest with you. There was times where when I was in college and when I was out of practice, I would have to I have to go home and play some video games with my boys, next door. But now, guys are going home to their families. This is real. This is my job. And my biggest adjustment going into year 2 is working on myself individually. Getting some extra pass rush coaching in, working on my upper body strength, and also I'm doing some MMA training with my brother John.
So I'm assuming that's never a good idea, but I feel pretty comfortable about this. You think the Ravens are going to win?
You know what? I'm not going to go into predictions, but I feel like the Ravens have a great defense, and so does the San Francisco 49ers. So I seriously feel like it's going to come down to an offensive game, probably a low-scoring game, but hopefully good luck to the Ravens.
Wow, you're tough. You won't even predict your brother's team to win?
We'll see.
Man, that's camaraderie right there at its best. So where are you going to be sitting for the Super Bowl? I know you said, John's coming in a little bit later this week, and you guys will be in the front row?
Section 124 will be front row in the end zone.
Outstanding. Well, hey, enjoy the experience. I know you hope to get there someday. Your team was very close this year, but certainly the Patriots are always knocking on that Super Bowl door. So thanks for stopping by the table.
Thank you.
Chandler Jones, Patriots defensive end, here on 102.5 The Game.